Hey everyone, welcome back to Midnight Garage. In this video, we're going to get back to work on the 1970 Charger RTSE restoration. Alright, if you are new to the channel and haven't seen this car before, it is a 1970 Charger RTSE 440. There are a bunch of videos on it, so if you want to go back and check those out, you can see what we started with, which I'll show you right here. Then we've come to this point. So the car has been on a rotisserie, all new frame rails and floors and wheel tubs and rockers and a little bit of everything. All the inners are painted. So I think what I'm gonna do, I don't know, this might not be much of a video. I might just kind of time lapse through what I'm doing because it's not real exciting stuff. But at this point, I believe I'm just gonna finish mocking everything up. So pretty much everything we have, all the inners are painted, so you know, the valence and the hood and deck lid and just all these bits and pieces I'm gonna get in place. I'm probably gonna drag in the front K-member from out back and just bolt it back under the car. Now it's not getting used in this car, but it will make it more mobile, so I think it'll be nice just to throw the suspension under it temporarily. Because I think, this is not a for sure thing, but I think I'll probably be sending it home with the customer in primer so that he can get all of his suspension and so on installed, and then we'll bring it back for paint. I just think it's a better option than actually painting the car and giving it to him to assemble, because I don't know, you can scratch the primer. That doesn't matter so much. So anyway, I'm actually going to start, I'm just kind of getting organized here because we seem to be getting this crap a little early this year. It's like November 3rd or something today. And we have temperatures in the -20s forecast for next week. So it kind of looks like it's staying. But anyway, I am not going to film this, but I'm actually going to go through and just kind of rebox. Now, when I took the car apart, I do have everything bagged and tagged. It's not pretty, but it's done. But I want to go through everything. Well, for one reason, I need to find the K-member bolts, which I know are bagged in there. But I want to kind of just go through everything, make sure I've got any little pieces that are going to need to be painted, so I can get everything finished up. And then we will go from there. So stick around if you like. While you're thinking about it, hit subscribe so you don't miss anything. Or don't. I don't care. Anyway, I'm gonna get to work on this. I'll turn the camera on when I'm doing something sort of fun. So I was just going to bolt up this front valence. Now obviously it's got to come back off for paint, but I'm just kind of getting everything mocked up in, well, about as mocked up as it can be before it gets painted. And just wanted to show you guys a few things. So now, my customer had been collecting parts for quite some time for this car before it came to me. And one of the things that he took care of was getting all of these bolt kits. This is a really nice way to do it. I've used these before on cars, but I know a lot of guys are crazy about using original fasteners. And that's fine if you want to mess with old junk, but I mean, let's be honest. There's the ones that come in the kit. I'll try to do this one-handed here. I mean, this is pretty nice stuff. And it's not just some, you know, crappy looking fastener that does the job. I mean, it looks correct. Now, there's probably guys that would see these and go, oh, it's not the correct one, but I'm not that guy, and I mean, honestly, this isn't that car. I'm not a restoration professional. You know, I say all the time, I'm a guy that has a little body shop and is, you know, decent at doing this stuff, but there's definitely guys out there that'll take them to the next level with the restoration, but yeah, anyway. I just thought I would point those out and show you guys that stuff. It's pretty cool to be able to put stuff together with new pieces. So there is the valence bolted in place. I know, not terribly exciting, but so you can see I have. Now when I did the body work on the fenders, I had this all bolted up to make sure all my gaps and lines were nice. So, I don't know how well you can see that, but the fit is bang on. I'm happy with that. Same on this side. So that's that. And then I'll move on to, I don't know, whatever's next. Okay, well, I just decided to pull this front suspension around here and put it in the shop before it gets too covered in snow. So if you happen to live somewhere nice where you don't have to deal with this weather, good for you. There's the deck lid on. I think it still needs a little bit of fine tuning, but it's pretty darn close. Now once you get your rubber bumpers and stuff in, that kind of changes things too, so that will kind of put that where it needs to be. But overall, pretty darn close, so I'm happy with that for now. Let's see what's next. Can't put the hood on until I use the phone a friend option, so I'll get someone to give me a hand tomorrow probably. But it's getting close to the end of the day, so that's probably it for this one for today. Turns out I'm used to GM products. I just hung that in there backwards. I was putting all the steering stuff in the front, but all the steering stuff goes to the back. Now I gotta turn it around. All right, well, I spun it around. Let's try it again. That was weird. Now, if that isn't a money shot right there, I don't know what is. It's 1970. Got the air shocks aired all the way up, going out for some street racing. So, front K-member installed just loosely. I think I only put in 3 bolts and they're just sort of snug, enough to roll the car around, and upper control arm bolts are just going to push through halfway to keep them in place. Now, none of that K-member is staying in this car. I believe he's putting a whole aftermarket setup in, or regardless, even if that one's getting used, it still needs to be sandblasted and painted and cleaned up. So anyway, that's where we're at for now. I just couldn't resist rolling one of my fat turbine wheels in just for fun. So next step, I guess, I'm gonna see if any of my friends are available to help put a hood on. And then there's still some little stuff, door latches, a few things I want to do. Oh yes, and I still had some fine tuning to do on the trunk lid, but yeah, I'll carry on with that stuff and I'll keep you guys posted here. So I didn't have the camera going because I forgot, but I've just been kind of picking away at this. If you guys can see out there, man, oh man. Sorry, got a little sidetracked from what I was actually going to show you on the car. What the heck? I should put my snowplow on my truck today. Oof. I wasn't ready for this. I gotta clean this yard up still so I can get all this crap out of the way for snowplowing. Anyway, I know you don't care. Sitting in your warm house, in front of your warm TV, watching me slave. I was kidding. So, I have put the door latches in. So, let's see, we've got, again, really nice gaps still. I mean, everything was pre-fitted and everything, obviously, when I did all the work on this car. But she is going together nicely. Let's see. Well, I could bring that door out a little there, but it's tough to do absolute final fine tuning on these until you actually have weather strip in them, because that's going to change things a little bit too. But all in all, everything is looking good. And then in the final prep, once I block everything, I always fine tune the gaps then too. So, I think the next thing is going to be the hood. I got a buddy who's going to stop by and give a hand to throw that on. So, once that's on, we'll bring you guys back in for another look. she is, guys, the 1970 Dodge Charger RTSE. I believe at this point it is ready to go home to the customer. He'll take it home, do some mechanical, suspension, motor, whatever else he gets done. And then at some point, it'll be back for prep and paint. When that happens, I will definitely do some recording for you guys. If you have made it through the whole series of videos in this car, I appreciate it. If you haven't, go back and check them out. I did my best to document all of the work involved, all of the new parts involved in getting the car to this point. Like I've said, many times in my videos, I'm not the top expert on doing restorations, but I think it's turned out pretty good. I also just run a small shop here, so this is a little over a year, I think, to get to this point. But it's not like I was working on this car for an entire year. I mean, I do run a small business that is my livelihood, my income, so I've always got, if you watch my other videos, I've always got work coming and going. So I typically have one of these big jobs going all the time, and then I bring in the weekly work that keeps the bills paid and keeps a little bit of a paycheck coming in for myself. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because once this one goes home, I will be wheeling in the next big project, and I will keep you guys posted as to what that is. And you may want to follow along with that one. That might be another kind of cool one. So as always, thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't already, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And like I say all the time too, it just helps me out. I do not get anything for it, for people subscribing, but to me it makes it, just gives me some motivation to keep these videos coming, and whatever, love them or hate them, I have fun making them. It gives me something to do, and I like documenting this stuff for you guys and definitely for the customers. So, again, thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the resurrection of this extremely rusty 1970 Dodge Charger, which is now well on its way to being almost like a brand new 1970 Dodge Charger. Okay guys, I do hope to see you in the next one.